Welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make this stylish Ankara short gown that is trending. You can see how beautiful it's looking. It's so simple yet classy, giving 10 over 10 minus nothing. It's so free and it's classy. This stylish gown that you can wear to any event, evenings, outings, shopping, just name it, and you will slay. Good to go. Wow, if this is a tutorial you are interested in, all right, you are actually in the right page. Wait and let's get started. So this will be the fabric I'll be using, the Ankara and half yard of crepe fabric. So the first thing I have to do is to open it and then turn it out, how I'm going to cut out the process. Now I will show you how I will turn it. I will turn it in a slant way. You can see it. I just pick out one and turn it in a slant way. I'll be cutting both the front and the back together. You don't turn it, you don't fold it like your normal folding. You fold it in that slant way. You can see more like you're having a triangle shape. Alright, so now I have to put out our measurements. So first thing I have to do is to determine the bust points. So the bust points for this particular person, because it's not mine, I had to put it on my body to get the fitting, just to show it how it is. Of this client, the bust point is 40, so divided by 4 is 10. So I discovered that I got the 10 at that midpoint, so I had to mark it up all the way. After marking it up all the way, the next thing I have to do is to remove out 5 inches, which will be where the point of that pink will start from, and then I'll determine my full length measurement. The full length measurement is 38, but I'll be marking 39 for allowance. That is where I'm going to turn out to sew the underneath. That is what I'll mark out all the way down. Mind you, the shortness is how the beauty can be. So if you want yours on top of your nail, below your nail, just how you want it, you just mark out that way for your full length. So you just remove out the 5 inches for where your sleeve part, that is where the sleeve part is going to be. It doesn't have a sleeve, so it's going to be the sleeveless form. So you're going to mark out that strang. So I had to go up by 2 inches. That 2 inches is just to enable it to have a straight cut when I open it. You will see what I'm talking about when I open it. If you don't go up by 2 inches and have the straight cut, since the fabric is slanty, since it was slantly patterned, if you don't go up by 2 inches, you can't get it right. You will see that it will be having a V-neck at the front, which will not be the style. So I had to move over again and then to measure where my armhole will be. I had to mark out 7 inches from there, though I'll use 6 at the end of it. So I had to mark out 7 inches, then remove out my 5 inch and then mark out my armhole measurements. With this, it's so simple and easy. I will just cut it all the way down together. You can see me cutting it all the way down together just to cut out the flay. This style is so simple and easy. It's for beginner friendly, whatever, intermediate, whatever. You just cut it. It's so simple and easy. You can make so many numbers a day. So easy and simple and so classy. When you're looking for a fabric, you're looking for a style which you want to sew for instance, different outings, and you're looking for it, and then you're feeling like you don't want to use Ankara, this is so simple, easy, and it's classy. So if you have watched to this point, please click on the red sign button to subscribe to this channel and continue to be part of our beautiful family. So for this particular design, I'm going to be using it for the interfacing of the upper part. You can see that it's not a style that will be requiring a lining. So I'll be using this for my interfacing, that's for the fabric. So I'm going to place it the exact form on how I cut it out. So I'll just place it up that way and then narrow it with the same shape, giving me that same pattern at which I want it to be. Mind you, it must have the same pattern so you can cut it out that way. So this is how I'm going to cut it out. At the end of it, that will be my interfacing, where I'm going to be turning it out for my piece. And this is what I have. After cutting it out, I'm going to cut both the front and the back too. So both the front and the back part too will have the same thing. And this is what I have. And we are good to go for this. So let's cut out both our bow tie and then what we'll be using for our strands, which will be for that sliver part. So what I have to do now is to fold it into two and then fold it another way again, which I'll be having four. Why I'll be having four is because the strands, which will be the rope, is two at the two sides way. So I'm going to be marking out 42 inches for the length. I'll be marking out 42 inches long, and then I'll be leaving the remaining space, which will be for my bow tie. In fold, it's 6 inches. So when I fold it again, I'm going to be having 3 inches. So 3 inches will be what I'll be working with. You can do that for yours and you'll get what you want. It will be so lovely. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out all the way down for the 42 inches. That will be for the stripes for the two piece, from one shoulder to the other part and then from the other shoulder to the other part. So this is what we have. I will not have to leave it this way because it's going to be in two pieces, so I have to cut it, put my scissors at the midpoint and then cut it all the way down, just as you can see me do. So now this enables me to tell me that yes, we have two pieces out. So that is what I'll be doing, and I'll cut it out all the way. Now for these pieces now, I have to get out my bow tie depending on how big you want it to be, but this particular style is not elaborate, it's not really big. So this shape of this part at which I'm using as this down part will be enough for me. So I'll be going with 10 inches for the width, and then for the length I'll be going with 9 inches, and that is all I have. I'll just put it this way. This will be my bow tie, and then I'll cut out a single little strand. That will be what I'll be able to use to attach my bow tie, just to join it up to get a good and neat seam. So I went over to the sewing machine, and this is what I have done. I didn't sew it the normal pattern where you can have your two sew at the other edge. No, what I did was to slant it and then sew out my pink fabric, so that that single pattern, that's the edge, will not be at its point. So this point now, I have to put it for the back piece. The back piece will be the first thing you will have to put. So for the back piece, you will just put it out a little. For the back piece, you put it out there, here, and then you mark where the inches is going to be. Definitely it's going to be 13 inches, 5 at the front, 8 at the back. So that's how it's always used to be, 5 at the front, 8 at the back to get it done. So you just put it this way and then you mark it, narrow it out together. So I discovered that this was not actually the way I was supposed to turn it. It was the front piece which I was to use, and then I used the back piece here. It was later on I had to turn it out to get it rightly done, and then I discovered that okay, that is not how it's supposed to be. So if I sew it that way, you can see that it has entered. So this was when I made it correctly. I outlined it here correctly, so you can see that I've done the back piece. The back piece is just a little space that will be inside. Don't put that plenty space I put for the other one. I didn't capture that correctly. So I'll just put it out this way. This is how it's going to turn out to be. And then I measured out my 13 inches. 8 at the back, 5 at the front, giving you 13. So when you use that way, that is the standard method for both the front and the back. Whenever you are having this pullover all together, you are having this joining together, you just put it that way. Make sure it's accurate, and then you use your pin to pin it out together. At this front piece, I've already done my interfacing at the front piece, because this front piece I can't turn it all over. So as soon as I'm done with my interfacing for the front piece, I'll just use this pink and then put it that way. You can see what we have. This is so beautiful. So beautiful. So I did show you how I come about the bow tie. So I'm going to show you how I did the bow tie here. This is how I did the bow tie. Just use your hand and form out a little gathers. Gather your bow tie depending on how you want it. Yes, just gather the bow tie, and then that little strand, that is what I will just pick. What I cut out that time, I'll just pick it and then join them together. Make sure it's up like this. That is where I will sew. You see me, I'm just pinning it. I will sew it and cut out the excess. When I cut out the excess, I'll be having a very neat and good way of outlining. That is what I'll be having, and then I'll place it at that point and I'm good to go. This is just so simple. And I just run out the stitch at the two edges and I am good. And then I use out my 1-inch allowance to fold it, and this is just so what we have. This is so beautiful, right? I'm sure you can do this. Try and do yours and then tag me and send me a message of, let me see how you have done yours. This is such a beautiful and exciting tutorial. So easy. In less than few minutes you are done and you have made how many for a day. So simple yet classy and giving the vibes, big auntie vibes, Gen Z vibes. Thank you very much for stopping by at this channel. Thank you for watching, and see you all in my next video. Bye bye.